The Invitation into the Country, 1647. Dear daughters, come, make haste away from that sad place, make no delay. He's gone that was the city's grace, fierce hydras now usurp his place. The fanes are overgrown with moss, with shedding tears for England's loss. Hard hearts, insensible of woe, who marble walls in grief outgo. Then come, sweet virgins, come away. What is it that invites your stay? What can you learn there else but pride, and what your blushes will not hide? There, virgins lose their honored name, which doth forever blur their fame. There, husbands look with jealous eyes, and wives deceive them and their spies. To inns of court and armies go wise children their own dads to know. There, shepherds that no flocks do keep, like butchers' mastiffs worry sheep. Then come, sweet children, come away. What can allure you yet to stay? Hyde Park, a place of chief delight, her bushes mourn like Jews in white. The stately deer do weeping stray, anticipating their last day. Spring garden, that such pleasures bred, looks dull and sad since Chloris fled. The crystal Thames her loss deplores, and to the sea her grief outroars. The swans upon her silver breast, though dying, yet can find no rest, but full of grief cry, well-a-day, and singing sigh their breath away. Ay me, then come, make haste away, from that sad place, make no delay. Here's flowery vales and crystal springs, here's shady groves, here ever sings the bullfinch, linnet, striving which the auditors shall most bewitch. The early lark, long ere the morn, with roses can her head adorn, sings cheerfully a roundelay, telling this lower world 'tis day. Here thrushes, wrens, and redbreasts sing to welcome in the gladsome spring. Then come, sweet maidens, come away, to this sweet place make no delay. Here careful shepherds view their sheep, they him and he their souls doth keep. Blessings flow on them from 'bove, that are reciprocal in love. He in his bosom bears the lambs, and gently leads the heavy dams. He whistles those that go astray, by which means none runs quite away. Here husbands, free from jealous eye, have wives as full of modesty. They in their children both rejoice, commending still their happy choice. Most kind and free from all debate, that no true love can ever hate. Then come, my children, come away, to this sweet place make no delay. Here virgins sit in flowery vales, refreshed by sweet Favonius gales, making them anadems and posies, crowning their heads with new-blown roses. In woods and dales fair maidens may, unfrightened, freely gather may. Then lovely lasses, come away, to cheer my heart make no delay. But oh, those times now changed be, sad metamorphosis we see. For since Amyntas went away, shepherds and sheep go all astray. Those that deserved whole groves of bays in sighs consumed their youthful days. And that fair fleecy flocks did keep, despised in corners sit and weep. Since Chloris went, both wife and maid in love and beauty hath decayed. Where maypoles showed their feathered head, there coloured ensigns now are spread. Instead of music's pleasant sound and lively lasses dancing around, tumultuous drums make deaf our ears, and trumpets fill our hearts with fears. In shades where nymphs did use to walk, their sons of Mars in armor stalk. Enamelled vales and crystal streams prove now, alas, poor Broadfield's dreams. Lee's drooping swans now sadly sing, and Bean comes weeping from her spring. Mimram and Stort in mourning weeds, showing their hearts for grief in bleeds. All run to Lee for some relief, and in her bosom pour their grief. Thus she and they all weeping go, to tell the Thames their grievous woe. Vere looks, and sees this shire look sad. She whirls about as she were mad. Round Verulam, his runed stones, she runs, and tells to Colne her moans. For since her saint his blood was shed, she never grieved so, as she said. Colne sympathized with her in woe, and to the Thames resolved to go. Clear Purwell too came bubbling out, but long she did not stand in doubt. Seeing our halcyon days were done, she loathed, she said, to see the sun, as he pursued the cheerful day, but turned her course another way, and sighing, shed forth tears as clear as pearls, and ran to Bedfordshire, to Ouse, who was so full of grief, that she herself did want relief, and said, would any place receive her tears, she would her channel leave, as when King Richard's reign had date, but this she was denied by fate. Grey's spring too sadly makes her moan, and with her tears turns moss to stone, and, seeing the light with Chloris fled, she sighed, and murmuring hid her head within her womb that gave her breath, venting her grief below the earth. The Naiades here sit in ranks, forlorn upon our withered banks, and garlands make of willow boughs, to hide their tears and shade their brows. Since Chloris went, our flowers fade, no pleasure is in hill or shade. Poor Philomel doth sit alone, to senseless trees now makes her moan. Our woods their choristers now lack, the woozles whistle, clad in black, and the forsaken turtle-dove bewails her own and Chloris' love. The Hamadryades invokes the goddesses enshrined in oaks, who fold their yielding arms across, and weep with them Amyntas' loss. Some trees drop gum from their sad eyes, to immortalize ambitious flies. Though they can give us no relief, they'll sympathize with us in grief. The Oreads sport and play no more, but great Amyntas' loss deplore. Instead of roses, cypress boughs, pearled o'er with tears doth shed their brows. Dishevelled, torn, neglected hair hang o'er their throbbing bosom bare. Nay, the Napii from their hills, dissolved with tears, weep crystal rills. Those flowers which the valleys crown, o'ercharged with grief, their heads hang down. Since lovely Chloris frighted fled, the crown imperial hangs his head, his princely breast o'erwhelmed with fears, weeping at once 6 crystal tears. To lovely shades pale violets creep, and there unpitied sit and weep. The royal rose that ne'er would yield, but strove for mastery in the field, and Chloris' cheek, neglected, fades in silent, solitary shades. The lily and the gillyflower do wish it were within their power to sleep forever in their cause, but 'tis denied by nature's laws. The auricula that cures the giddy brain, dizzy with grief, hangs down her head again. Then shall not we with grief o'erflow? Shall vegetables us outgo? Thus neither woods, nor fields, nor hills, enamelled vales, nor crystal rills, nor birds, nor trees, nor flowers of scent, but do this kingdom's loss resent. Then let us still lament and grieve, till heaven in mercy doth relieve. 'Tis neither sight nor odour's scent can my afflicted heart content, until I see them both restored, whose absence hath been so deplored. Just Heaven, hear our prayers and tears, and place them in their shining spheres. Then come, sweet daughters, come away, to comfort me, make no delay.